Hi Taurus, welcome to your January general love reading. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Taurus. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. It may resonate, it may not. Regardless, only take the messages that resonate with you and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. Hi Crosswatchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Taurus. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Taurus and Crosswatchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. Okay, so Taurus, we need to get something addressed here, okay? First, we have keys on a ring, and it says, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Okay, so I don't know if this is you or the energy that's around you that wants to make its way into your reading to talk about this. I do feel that for some of you guys, you were with someone that doesn't want to commit, is not someone that's looking to be in an exclusive relationship, but still wants to have you on to be a king on their ring because they love being around you. They love the intimacy you guys have. They find you to be sexy, attractive. But you want something deeper than that, Taurus. I do feel that. But you feel like the energy, the chemistry between the two of you is so strong. If you guys do go apart for a period of time, you never stay apart. Something, whether it's you or them, come back together again. I do feel an insist that this is a situation where you guys block and unblock each other. And when you unblock, you decide to start something up again, text, call, date, hang out. But yeah, I do feel with this keys on a ring, there is someone here, it could be you too, that is just not looking for a commitment at this time. The letter K is sticking out to me, as in Kyle, as in Kaylee, first, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. But there's someone that wants you to know, Taurus, we will be together again. So I do feel in this period of time you are in no contact with this person, that you guys are doing your own thing. Maybe you're on the block cycle of your connection or the off part of your connection that you guys tend to have an on and off type of thing. But they don't think that this will ever be over between the two of you. They think that whatever you have is strong enough to always keep going. And that, I don't know, Taurus, it just does feel like they always will want you to be an option. Are you wanting to be an option? Are you happy with being an option? And I wonder if this person, right when they're done being with whoever they're being with right now, whoever they're talking with right now, they're going to try to come back to you as a rebound or a bounce back. I wonder if they have decided to go with like more of a karmic situation and they're getting really unhappy and they think about you and they think about how much more fun they had with you, how much more passion and chemistry where there was with you than this other person that they're with now. They've been checking your social media, and I think they got in trouble by whoever this other key is on their ring and told them to block you. I'm seeing that situation very clearly. If you had that suspicion, I'm here to confirm it. But even if you guys aren't talking, you're wondering if you'll ever talk again, I think they will reach out. It's just a matter of time. It's like a boomerang, Taurus. Once you think they're out of your lives, they always find some way to come back in. You know, interesting, I'm kind of messing up with my words right now. It could be Mercury retrograde, sure, but I almost feel it's like reenacting like the messages they kind of want to type to you and then delete, want to send and then go back. They have trouble with trying to find the right words with you now, Taurus. Maybe because the last time was the final straw. Maybe because they know you're kind of catching up to their game. But they're still pretty confident, I gotta say. Regardless if they think they're on thin ice with you right now, I still feel they're pretty confident that they could start something with you again when they're ready to. Whether that's the truth or not. Let's see. Tell me more. With the tarot, I'm going to ask, how do they feel about you right now? What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection that they have with you currently, and what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Taurus? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Oh dear. We have some complex energy on their end and how they feel about you, Taurus. How they feel about you, straight up the Moon card. Pisces energy, Cancer energy for me as a reader. They have very deep, complex emotions when it comes to you. There's times when they're happy with the fact that it never went deeper, that they can always have you around, and there's other times where they get a little afraid, thinking Taurus is the only person that I still can't stop thinking about. Whether that means anything to you, it's like they switch out keys, but you're always going to be that one key they'll always keep, because they don't want to think about what it would be like not to really have you as a part of their lives. But I could see why you don't want to wait, Taurus. Yeah, dead. To be serious with you, what they don't like about the connection is the Four of Wands. Aries energy. That maybe someone is looking for more of a partnership, more of a stable foundation. I don't know. They have a million excuses as to why, but they're just not ready for that. Okay. But they do want to message you. They do want to DM you. I'm even hearing WhatsApp for some of you guys. But anyway, let's get into this. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is Sagittarius energy. I do feel this is their energy and always has been. Someone who, I'm hearing that song by Alice DJ back in the 90s, I believe, Better Off Alone. They really do feel like they are better off alone. They always felt like they had to rely on themselves. They always felt like it's best to maintain their independence than to give it up in a connection. But yeah, I do feel with whatever they've been recently going through, whether that is just within a connection with someone else, or they have not been able to find anyone that hit as hard as you hit, Taurus. They've been kind of tired and lonely a bit. I do wonder if someone just got a haircut, I'm seeing. But with this energy here, I do feel as if someone is starting to now move out of that period of being separate from you, doing their own thing from you, and now starting to miss you again. I do wonder for some of you guys if what was done to you was done to them in some way. But I feel more as if it's going through that time of looking back at the pictures you guys took with each other, looking back at the memories that you guys have had with one another. They are starting to miss you again. But that's always the pattern, isn't it, Taurus? How they feel about you is the Moon card. Pisces energy, Cancer energy, like I said. I mean, I do feel you guys have a very strong telepathic, psychic connection. I do feel as if you guys always feel each other's energy, even when you are apart. Thinking about each other. When you guys are alone, that one song that they used to play all the time pops up. Certain things, like you see number synchronicities when you think about them, they're having the same messages about you, Taurus. But with the Moon card, it's complex because the moon goes through so many different stages. There are times when the moon is so fully illuminated, and then there's times when the moon's completely out of the sky. It appears to be gone almost, right, with the new moon. So I do feel that their feelings for you always ebb and flow. They're sometimes at the point when they're missing you or wanting to connect with you, it's very, very strong. But during the times when it starts to fade again, they go back to wanting to be themselves, to do their own thing. They get non-existent. Maybe you're finally mirroring that back to them, Taurus. out of preparation for yourself of what you know they're like. So when you get that message, you get that call, you don't build those hopes up anymore. You know there's another side to it. You know there's another situation that's going to happen within the time frame that usually this goes down for. Maybe a few months, maybe a few weeks. But they still don't know what it is about you that makes them always come back. They're still haunted by it. The thought of you, the memory of you. Again, they feel energetically tied to you, Taurus. And especially at night, they think of you. Before they go to bed or when they're flipping through Instagram, they always check up on yours just to see what you're doing. Laying in bed by themselves or next to the person that's sleeping. What they think of you is the Seven of Cups. Scorpio energy. You know, when I picked up this card, I heard that you've changed a lot. Now, I don't know if that's physically or if it is, you know, you're not the same person you once were when you guys first met. You have grown up. You have evolved. You have healed. And I do feel from the last time you guys spoke until now, there has been significant change. Maybe it was through eclipse season. You guys have been having deep downloads about yourself and understandings about certain wounds and certain patterns that you were going through in love and romance, and specifically anything indicating what makes you guys still so strong within this connection. What I'm still so attracted to or I'm fading away from. It's different for each and every one of you. But it's because of this change that you've made in your life, Taurus, or within yourself. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to say to you. They think you've kind of flipped the script completely. Maybe it's because before they tried to reach out and you didn't respond the same way. And with the Seven of Cups, it could also indicate daydreams, fantasies, all throughout the day about you, Taurus. They definitely, if they are in another connection, compare that person to you. Just throwing it out there. Whether it's right or not, they definitely do. What they like the most about you is the Lover's card. Gemini energy, Taurus energy for me as a reader personally. So much with this card here. You know, I do wonder for some of you guys if this is your twin flame. But I know everyone has different beliefs about twin flames. I know some believe that you don't meet your twin flame until you really leave this earth. I don't feel that way, honestly, but that's just a belief. I feel with this twin flame soulmate that you're dealing with, in this lifetime, there's still a lot that needs to be healed. And maybe in the last lifetime, there were things that were done karmically that did not get resolved and are still at the point of trying to be resolved in this lifetime. But out of every lifetime, you guys have learned more from each other. That soul recognition and that soul remembrance of you still holds very strongly. And I do feel, Taurus, that out of all the keys they try to entertain on their ring, you're the one that definitely stands out the most. And I think there is a contract here between the two of you, but at this period in January, or even we'll have to dive deeper and see if it's even for this lifetime, I don't know if the union is meant to happen. And I think for those of you that have explored this journey and explored the possibilities of why you guys are so strongly linked to one another, or what this is between the two of you, I think you guys have had that understanding as well. That there always will be a chemistry, there'll always be a pull, there'll always be a chord. But what good is that if we'll never actually put it to use? Twin flames are a lot harder than some people like to make it out to be. A lot of people, and I'm not blaming them per se because it is a nice idea, but a lot of people really fantasize twin flames as being this like fairy tale dream come true. They're usually very, very difficult. And it's for the reason that there's still so much growth that happens within twin flames that are really hard growth situations. But I do have to say that they do view you, whether they believe in twin flame soulmates or not, they do view you as someone that will always have an impact in their life. Someone that they've loved the most, even if they're very uncomfortable with that word. With the Lovers and what they like the most about you too, I gotta say you were the best in bed. If you guys did make love, by far you were the best. Okay? Just a little ego boost there for some of you, but it is the truth nonetheless. Maybe there is something that happened when you're on Valentine's Day between the two of you as well, that they'll always think about and always will remember. They also like your feet too. I'm just throwing that out there. What they don't like about you is the Seven of Wands. And it's interesting because Leo just got this card. If you have Leo in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Leo, I suggest checking out the Leo reading to see if there's messages for you there. But yeah, whether they're picking this up psychically, telepathically through the Moon card, or this is the energy you're putting out there, they find you to be a lot more defensive. And I feel it really is out of protection, Taurus. It really is because you understand this person, you understand what they're capable of, you understand what they're ready and not ready for. And they do sense, if it is energetically, you've been closing yourself off to it, off of receiving their energy, off of picking up on their energy. And with the Seven of Wands, I have to be real here. It's maybe a message for you and may not be, and this could just be a perspective of you or perception of you. That may be true or not, as not all perceptions are. But with the Seven of Wands, they may find you to be a little bit argumentative, a little bit defensive, and they may have always, and maybe have used to accuse you before of always needing to be right. And maybe that was during those conversations where you were really pushing them to grow. You were challenging them to grow, but they didn't want to. And so instead they tried to flip the script on you, quite simply. There are 2 sevens here. Your birthday could be May 7th, May 17th, April 27th for some of you. What they like the most about this connection is the 3 of Cups. Cancer energy. Maybe you guys started off as friends, as co-workers, or people that just kind of always hung out, got along, had inside jokes. It was pretty casual for the most part, but they always did like to hang out with you, or they always knew that if you were the key that they wanted to use on their chain temporarily or for a certain period of time, they could always invite you around their friends. You're just a chill person, easy to get along with. You always have fun. You know how to have a good time. You like to include everyone. You're just a really chill vibe person. And they love that about the connection. They love that about you. Maybe you get along with their friends or even their siblings or some of their family members. But what they don't like about this connection is the 4 of Wands. Aries energy. Yeah, that maybe your bottom line with the 7 of Wands that you may have talked in less is give me more or don't come back. I want a commitment. I want something solid. I want something more. Maybe there was even a discussion at one period of time of living together or moving in, and then they backed out. But they're just simply not wanting to commit. And maybe that came from a belief whether they grew up, maybe they grew up in divorce, maybe they grew up in a toxic household where they were witnessing a marriage that 2 people that weren't really happy with each other. So they just had this seed planted in their consciousness of not ever wanting to commit to anyone. And they get that pressure from you, Taurus. Whether it's a guilty conscience or you have made that known before. I don't know why I'm hearing you feel like home. Or being around you, they feel like they could be themselves, but even that aspect, it's very slight, and then they go back to protecting themselves again. Highest hopes is the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. That when they decide to come back to you, when they decide that you guys will be together, they could just message you, call you, and it just be on and poppin', as if nothing happened before, as if you guys are in a clean slate, that you'd be exchanging messages, you'd be doing all the events you guys used to do together, that they could come see you and travel to come see you if you are at a bit of a distance from one another, to have the conversation going, that it would be just as passionate and fiery, as sensual as it ever was before. There won't be awkwardness, there won't be tension. But this would just take off again where it left off. Deepest fears of the Ten of Cups, Pisces energy. What they fear is that if they can't give you a commitment, they can't give you a relationship, then you want nothing to do with this. And, maybe for some there was issues around having children, whether someone wanted children or someone had children with someone else, and they thought that that was a difficult layer of the connection. Starting a family, having, the white picket fence, that's something that they just don't believe in, that they believe that they can have. And it does really feel like it came from some belief that stemmed in childhood, but it could really be for any reason. And they're afraid that that's the only way they can have this with you, or is that what you would be demanding from them if they were to come back. They can't have it as casual as it always has been because you're not wanting that anymore. That's their fear. All right, Taurus. To see what they're going to do in the upcoming days and weeks. Are they going to reach out? Are they going to still want to keep this going? And are they going to do anything to let you know that they still want this with you? We're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. But before we go, I am going to pull one more card from this deck here. And I'm going to ask Spirit if there's anything else that Taurus needs to know about this connection, about this person and situation before we head to the extended reading. Any more messages we can give my Tauruses? We have Scarlet with number 7, another 7 here. So officially 777 on the board. I wonder if you guys have been seeing that. We're going to start to see 777, but attract success. Yeah, Taurus, I do feel that you have a goal for 2023. You have a vision. And Spirit wants you to stick to that vision, whether it is specifically in love and romance or just in your life in general. You're looking for a partner that will help you grow that vision, maintain that vision, and succeed in achieving that vision. And anyone who would try to distract you from it, who would block you from it, that is something to think about. That is something to pay attention to. And that is something to consider. Because I do feel that this is a powerful year of attraction and manifestation for you, Taurus. And, sometimes we doubt our manifestation skills because we don't get exactly what we want. That's not a problem with manifestation. That's not a problem with the law of attraction. What it is that Spirit wants more for us. The universe wants us to understand that what we're asking for is something that may not even be a part of our path, or even so, is not the thing that's going to end up with the most fulfillment. And I think, Taurus, that is something that you're really starting to think about or consider, or maybe through this reading, starting to consider about this person. Can I accept who they are? And if not, maybe they won't help me with that vision and that success that I'm trying to make in my life. So that's just something Spirit wants you to kind of think about, Taurus, after this reading. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and see what's likely to happen in the upcoming days and weeks of this. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where we depart, Taurus, I hope that this reading has given you clarity, insight, healing, and guidance in regards to this connection or anything that you're going through within your love life at this time. And if it has, please let me know. drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Taurus, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Taurus.